Themlootlads.
Local boy talks about topic. Turns off brain.
Ugh, welcome to the whole fucking channel, bud.
Yeah.
Speaking of the channel, welcome back.
We
That's
talk
right.
about a lot of stuff that just like doesn't affect us, but we have a lot of opinions on.
Hell yeah. So, all right. We left off talking about, you know, the nature of information fast, right?
And Spanish onions.
And Spanish onions. And yeah. Let's look like the first example that you mentioned in my brain that I thought of was Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Because that is something that becomes incredibly solved now real fast. Or like World of Warcraft and how Classic keeps coming out, and people are like, "Oh, it's not the same game." It's like, yeah, because you have an entire wealth of information for the best capabilities ever, and if you're not doing it, you're falling behind everybody else. Same with Magic the Gathering. You have no health, by the way.
I have fairies, you're fine.
They made Arena, which is the Magic platform that's a little bit easier to get into, if you have money. And games can you can play like a billion agility games real fast in short order, so you can solve the formats a lot easier, and as such I find the game has become even more boring. But yeah, like we have a wealth of information at any point, more than we ever have, so anything that you felt like you missed the nostalgia on video game wise is never coming back because you know way too much about it now, and it sucks. So I do miss the wonderment. That's why I think Elden Ring was like absolutely huge to me.
Yeah.
Because it's a new game with a giant world to explore, and I don't know what's going on anywhere, and I love that.
See, FromSoft has always been a game company that understood that, Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
It's always been a game company, I'm just not gonna pick them up either. Always been a game company that understood that a good way to solve their games is to talk about them. So they didn't go for the angle, none of the games have this, by the way, except for maybe Demon's Souls, but all of the games have an air of, oh yeah, just do this and the game's easy type of thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you can just do this and find the like the gold resin so you can kill Quelaag in one long combo when you play like Blighttown early on, and here's how you do it type of thing. But the games are designed like that. The games are designed for people to talk about them.
Yeah.
And Elden Ring is the perfect like modern version of that, where it's big open world and people are talking about secrets that you don't really you would never find on your own, let's be honest.
The recent one was the 50 hits to the wall thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was crazy. Cool shit.
But like, it also shows like how dedicated people are to finding these fucking secrets.
Can I fucking...
Again, no... Sorry, what?
Can I talk about this fucking bingo bongo boy here?
Yeah, what's
Just
wrong
for
with...
like a hot second?
What's his name?
Fucking...
Boingo Boingo.
Bongo bongo, yeah. He just fucking karate chopped your head off, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna take a little bit more than a fairy.
And a good doctor and a chiropractor and fuck, it makes me really want to play what's the Bingy Bongo game with Donkey Kong in it?
Donkey Konga? Can't remember.
Fucking, I can't remember right now. Had a lot of fun playing it though.
All right, I forgot what this boss fight is.
My eyes. Oh boy, the guy's having a
You can
bit of
kill
rough
him.
time.
Yeah, you can kill him in one cycle if you're good enough.
Wow. Fucking cell phone.
I mean, have you seen the rest of this dungeon for me?
Yeah. It's good that you don't have to throw bombs at him. Bunkus. There you go. There you go.
And he's
Hell
dead, yeah.
Alright, moving on.
Honestly, yeah. This is away from the fighting game and video game sphere, so now we have to go to a dungeon that like we need to switch topics on. Anyway, yeah. Magic the Gathering, solving the game. I can't remember what we were talking about before. Bongo, 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 bongo. Bongo, bongo.
Just fucking, I don't know. Wealth of information.
Yeah.
Elden Ring.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
Elden Ring. My point of it's designed to be talked about, and like that game especially is not designed for you to suddenly know all the secrets. You play the game, you get the experience out, you get the fuck out unless you want to play it again.
Yeah, I'm reading a lot of people having reasonable, not angers with it, but like this is less fun as time goes on because you could fuck up a quest line and not even know it.
Well, that's been the game.
Yeah.
Like that was the entire. who knew the first time they were playing Dark Souls that in Sen's Fortress there was a breakable wall? And there was a vendor in which you can get sorceries that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Like, it's people talking about it. It's Dark Souls is the perfect example of look it up on the wiki. Like, and not in the example of like look it up on the Minecraft wiki where there's just so much to the game that you need to keep track of it somehow. It's look it up on the wiki, and if you fail the quest line, well, there's always New Game Plus or reload your save or something. Like, it's completely reasonable. I understand the frustrations, but like, I also don't understand that we've been through this for 3 fucking games.
Yeah.
4 if you count Demon Souls, 5 if you count Bloodborne.
Yeah, just take a peek. Just it's fine. Just read about it a little bit, maybe.
And I understand, like, oh, I don't want spoilers in my video game, and I'm like, that's too fucking bad, buddy. Like, this is the style of game Miyazaki was going for.
Great.
Yeah, thanks for the song, Sheik. What keys do I have for fire? 1. I can go kill Vivaldi, actually.
Sure.
What if he has the medallion?
What if he has some medallion?
We're gonna kill Vivaldi. But yeah, no, I get that kind of ruins it, but like, if you fail a quest line, you have to understand that that's the experience you've crafted for yourself. And I understand that, like, sometimes there's just information you don't know. But I don't know, you just didn't go down all of the paths, dude. Like, if you wanted 100% it, you kind of have to get some more legwork.
Yeah.
Like, no one 100%s the game, especially a brand new one, immediately. And it's actually kind of impossible unless the game is streamlined enough just for you to be like, this is a theme park. You go through all the rides and you get 100%. Good job.
I will say,
yeah,
I'm fine with it getting it easy mode if that ever was a thing.
I thought about this in the shower today, and I was like, is the game still the game if it's easy mode? Now, let me preface this.
Okay.
I'm all for accessibility, and granted, Elden Ring does have a problem with scaling.
Yes, it really does.
That's 100%. That's unarguable. But like, I agree that if you turn the game down in a certain way, that more people can get more into it. But at the same time, I guess more so this matters for Dark Souls. Dark Souls is kind of all about like, hey, this fucking challenge, get fucked, idiot, you're gonna die type of thing. And like, if you turn the game down enough for someone to one-shot it, like, at that mode, just make it a blatant like, oh hey, experience the game mode, not like easy mode. Like, well, I don't agree with make the game trivial, but I do agree with make the game so that you can experience it or practice it without any pressure.
I mean, it does have a very big barrier to entry with people who aren't like even thinking of people with like hand disability or something like that, right? Like, they run experience the game, but they really can't because it's so precise and so aggressive that it becomes fucking really difficult for anybody who doesn't, like, you know, perfect on the controls. Like, I don't know if you know, my partner could play that, because I think she'd just be pissed off the entire time and break a controller.
But at the same time, at that point, it's not like Dark Souls. You might as well be just playing another game, which is awful to say, I understand. But like, easy mode, all right. So what I guess what I'm failing to understand is what constitutes an easy mode in that regard. Because what you're saying is an accessibility issue, and granted, I would love for more people to play it.
Really?
And I would love for more people to be like, I legitimately can't follow along with this type style of game, but I can beat the game because the developers gave me, for example, like an invincibility mode where I can just get beaten up as much as I want, and there's no pressure for me to fail type of thing.
For me personally, to have a relatively decent easy mode for the game while not being like just like making fun of people who can't play it, would literally just be tune a little bit, because I mean, you could walk out and just like the first enemy can still kill you even when you're like level 89 or something like that, and that's fine. That's Dark Souls, right? But that's still a problem for people who, you know, may not be swift, may not be able to roll with the punches, or like they have what's the term for it? Not a delay, but it is a delay, like input, unable to like do quick inputs or something like that, reaction time and stuff. right? Like the elderly could probably never play some Dark Souls games, and like, fuck, I want to be playing Dark Souls when I'm 85. I want to see 85 first, and then I want to play Dark Souls second.
See, my thing about that one is, say for example, you tune the damage down 20%.
Yeah.
People who don't have access to the ability to play Dark Souls still can't beat that boss because it's just 20% less expensive to your mental to beat it. If it's an accessibility issue, we need to give people the control scheme in order for them to get that reaction time, which I agree also certainly means that we really need to rethink this whole video game thing, and also sometimes it's just not viable for people that legitimately can't function with a motor function. If
you turn on an easy mode, like the boss flashes when it or something, like there's some sort of like indication, like more than just trying to read the weird
let's go.
Cool. Great. Like the boss, like we'll just use Margaret for a fucking example, right? He has his normal stave hit, and then he holds it up his head, above his hand for a hot second, right?
Yep.
Normal, perfectly fine. Easy mode, he just, I don't know, there's like a little glow. There's like a visual indication that like, hey, maybe now's your best chance to roll or something like that, right? Like, it kind of visualizes a way to make it more accessible for people to defensive play. Right? Like some sort of read that's a little bit easier for people because maybe they're not able to read those specific things as well as others.
Yeah.
Which would then, you know, not only with the damage tuning, but you'd also be able to see, like, visually you can see, oh, yeah, dodge roll now, for any idiot.
So I feel like...
Because I'm an idiot. And I would fucking use that sometimes, goddamn.
I feel like then, again, that's less of a game hard and more a game inaccessible or unable to teach. Like, I will agree that the best way to do an easy mode is just to retune a boss to the point where it doesn't, like, it still resembles that boss, but it makes it so that you can Simon Says your way through it. And again, I'm not disparaging people. Like, obviously, I want people to play the game. And I want them to feel the achievement of, oh, yeah, I beat Godric, or Godfrey. Who's the grafted guy? Godfrey? Godric.
Godric grafted?
Yeah, like... You go to Godric, and he's just like, he's a tough-ass boss for the first time you fight him. And it's like, excellent. I want to learn this boss, and I don't have the dexterity to do it. So I would love there to be an option that just says, not turn down damage, but, like, turn down boss speed or something.
Yeah, or, like, in easy mode maybe adjusts the, like, the more harder moves to read or something.
Because
like,
I will agree at one point where Elden Ring is especially a game in which stats really matter, and some of them do need to be turned down, but, like, it doesn't have that similar bite if the game doesn't go, all right, you're dead in 3 hits. But if we tune it down, dead in 3 hits or dead in 5 hits, if I had a lack of an ability to react to anything, I'm dead in, and no matter how many hits that boss gives me. So we really need a teaching tool or slowdown mode so that we can just go, as you've said, flash the boss and say, dodge here, please, or like, do this, and then if you feel up to it, you can turn it up. You can be like, okay, so now we're going to do the flash, but we're not going to slow it down, or now we're going to slow down the game, but not give you an indication, you need to read this or something. Like, customize their own experience type of thing.
Yeah.
I understand that's a huge undertaking, but, like, I feel like people are like, oh man, this boss does so much damage, they should be tuned it down. Like that I don't think we're approaching that correctly.
No, like I feel, there's a lot of people who complain about it who want to play the game as it's intended, and then like, if you want to play it as intended, this is the game that's as intended.
Yeah.
You can turn it down if you want, you can adjust it as you want, and if you complain that like you can't have the moment of like this game is inaccessible at that point, which is the only like really bad argument that I've had or that I've seen for a lot of Dark Souls games, is that the people who have learning disabilities or physical handicaps or something like that can't really play it because it's too difficult, and I get that. But like it's still like it doesn't take anything away from people like us who want to play the game at the hardest mode. Like World of Warcraft was my shining example of they tuned it wrong, where it used to be difficult, like, and but they made it so that, you know, you could do like raid finders and easy looking for groups and stuff like that, like low tier and then like heroic versions of stuff to make it like a challenge, just so people could experience the game.
Yeah.
And I think that overall was a quality of life improvement. But like to me personally, who loved the grind, to actually like, you know, get from point A to point B, to feel like I have the gear to get to the next step of the raids or the boss or something like that. The way they did that, it felt like it took my joy away of doing all that cool stuff, where I feel like I've put work in and I've got a payoff, and it was just like the payoff becomes less difficult to do, so it felt like the grind that I enjoy just disappeared. So they made it easier, but it's just in a way that I didn't enjoy.
See, difficulty and accessibility are very hard to describe, because I'm 100% okay with the stance of games are niche, and niche games are allowed to be hard, despite the person playing it. Now, I would also love to, again...
That's a vagina floor.
That is a vagina floor. I blew it up.
Yeah, you did.
There's a goo man just fucking... Anyway, I'm in the camp that more people should be able to play games, but I'm also in the camp that games are allowed to be hard and kind of obtuse. Because
be both.
I love Dwarf Fortress, right? And I understand that Dwarf Fortress looks like a steaming pile of shit and unintelligible to a lot of people.
Cool.
But at the same time, that's kind of why I like it, is that it's obtuse, it's hard to understand, and it's rough, and it doesn't pull any punches.
Okay,
but,
so I mean, you could turn on the rough and doesn't pull any punches mode, or I could turn it on the, like, accessible mode.
Yeah, but flip side of that coin is I'm okay with games that just say, here's me, go for it. There are mods that people accept and that the developers accept for good reason to make it so it's easier to understand for people. Like tile sets, I'm fucking mad. And I got eaten by a Cocoa Puff. Like, I feel like there's a niche audience that enjoys these games that, like, I don't think the developers need or not necessarily should, because I feel like the Dwarf Fortress example is good in the fact that if you don't like the graphics, just change them, and the developers are definitely down for, yeah, just fucking change them. We're making a game so that our game that we've worked on for years is more accessible to everybody else. But some people just don't enjoy that shit. And they said, well, okay, if you don't enjoy it, then craft your own experience type of thing. Like, they accept that people want to play it, and they accept that people can't play it due to the fact that it's all in ASCII, or that it's incomprehensible because it doesn't teach you how to play the game. But then it doesn't disparage or doesn't remove the tools that allow you to teach yourself the game or make it so that the game's easier to understand. But I don't, like, as I've said, if they remove those tools, they're a piece of shit. But if they keep those tools in, which they seem like they're good pals, so they're going to, and they're actually making them more accessible.
Sir.
I know. I've been trying to equip the hammer mentally, and I'm trying to, like, get to my point without without making me
silly.
feel like a bad guy. Yeah. Again, I feel like this hobby is very niche in the fact that I don't think we need to... Words. I think it's good for people to say, hey, I'm going to make a game, and I'm not going to make any accessibility options. And then someone comes in and goes, I need an accessibility option. It's up to the developer to say, yeah, I'll make that accessibility option, but it's okay not to play a game. Like, if I were developing a game and someone goes, hey, you've made this game and you've made it for a specific niche, like, I guess fighting games. I don't know what accessibility options there are for fighting games as an example.
That one's nearly impossible, because if you're trying to bring your skill versus somebody else's skill, if you have the inability to, like, if you're not as able-bodied as them, or you don't have the reaction time as them, or if you have like learning problems or something like that, you're not going to have a good time playing fighting games against anybody else, right?
It's a niche product.
Yeah, and that I think is that has a huge barrier to entry, and that kind of shuts off a lot of people from being able to play fighting games.
Yeah,
it's sad, but like, you can't have fighting games do anything different, because then you have, like, if you make it too easy, then the people who can play it better just because they have the hand privilege to hold the controller or something like that means they could just take advantage of your inability to hold the controller.
And even if they were playing friendlies, you could tell that they aren't playing to their, like, they're not playing to win, and they're not playing at their best, because they know that there's a specific ability that they can't use, otherwise it's just unfair.
Yeah. So
that's kind of the arduous point that I'm trying to reach. Like, could you imagine, like, what does a extreme easy or accessibility mode for a bullet hell
I mean, they have difficulty scaling for a reason.
Yeah,
so,
but
like, that's fine.
If you're someone I was gonna say someone like me, but I'm definitely like at the lower end of this. If you're someone that doesn't really do flashing colors or like flashing patterns right and keeping track if you're a guy, even the easy mode fucking sucks. Like, how do you make that accessible?
Yeah, well, I mean, like,
And again, there are like very blunt ways to do it, but it's very hard to on some games and some niches.
I will say, Halo, the newest Halo, has some of the best accessibility because you can change the color of anything you want forever, and it's absolutely great.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. I think there are a lot of bullet hells that do that too.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't name any right offhand because I've never needed to explore a change to my visual settings because I have
you have that ability.
I have the privilege to not have to, right? Like,
and like I'm not trying to say as well that like fuck accessibility options. I'm definitely 100% for them. Like Dark Souls example, I'm 100% for giving the player like, again, I think slowdown is the most elegant way of doing it, or like making it so that it has, I was gonna say Sekiro style. Does Sekiro have a
I don't
parry
know.
here button? All right.
I've never
like
played it.
Flash. I think fighting game flashes or like obvious like do this idiot type of thing is a very elegant way of playing a game and making it accessible to the point where it doesn't take away from like any sort of meant for experience. Like I say invincibility is also a good option, but at that point you're just pushing buttons at a big guy. But some people just say, yeah, I beat this boss. Like,
I mean,
at that point it's your own personal challenge.
But yeah, some people don't really want the challenge. They just want to experience what the story is like or something. Like, they want to go through these beautiful designed, like, castles and corridors and stuff, and like really visually take in the riches that, like, because Elden Ring, for instance, is a fucking beautiful game.
Oh, if you want to explore, that's a good place to explore.
Yeah, right. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, if somebody wants to just run around and explore, they should be able to.
I agree.
Without, like, even if they. Fuck, I would turn invincibility mode on and off occasionally just for me running around going, I don't want to get hit by like a giant fucking troll right now because I'm just like running through these woods because they're gorgeous as shit.
As a person who doesn't need the accessibility options, I just run around and do shit like like the horse is my invincibility option. Yeah.
But like, if you were to go in the volcano and try and do the whole volcano matter quest and figure out like do the fun sort of challenges that they have there of killing the other Tarnish and stuff like that or whatever, then it's like, well, fuck.
Oh, now we get to see where this goes because we can't do anything here. How do you feel then? I had a point and I just lost it. My brain is full of mush today. So, fuck. Never mind. Continue your point.
God, what is my point now?
I think we're just spouting the effect like that. The ability to be accessible is very. Not you. Not you! Not again! Let me out! Let me out!
Oh God. Oh God.
Thank you.
She's the only survivor of this burnt out husk of a landscape. Holy shit.
I just had flashbacks. Oh boy. Alright. I'm going to make it a point to talk to these guys now, because they might tell me where the, Oh, okay. That means we don't need to do that. Thank you. We should have read that earlier.
Garbage.
Market is on the way to the hero? But why, though? Maybe it's the song. Anyway.
What does that mean?
Way the hero just means, do this to progress.
Oh.
And market is this place.
Great.
Normally it's a little bit more full of life, I guess we can get to the temple time easier.
Yes, that is nice.
What points were we, like, gutturally screaming at the microphone?
Accessibility fine. Accessibility hard to implement without trying to... I wouldn't even say it's hard to take without taking anything away. You can still create your division and also create a side to the vision that is accessible for everybody.
I'm in the camp, and I think slightly hot / slightly spicy take of, if you don't want to put accessibility options in the game, first of all, you're not a AAA developer, so like you're working on a fucking budget as is.
And I mean, even then, some indie games have some of the best accessibility options out there.
Yeah. Well, like, again, if you have a specific vision for, say, I want to make a game about going really, really quickly, and I feel like removing the ability to go really quickly and effectively people that want the skill floor to be really high, like, I guess that might be unreasonable of like, hey, I want this game for speedrunners by speedrunners type of thing. And I want the game in itself, the primary gameplay loop is to be as fast as possible, and the whole point of the game is to do a high score.
So, like Super Meat Boy or something.
Yeah, Super Meat Boy. Now, Super Meat Boy also has an accessibility option in the fact that I don't think you can turn on invincibility, but you pretty much can take as long as you want. That in itself, I think, is a good thing because it doesn't make fun of you or it doesn't really hold your hand. Like, it doesn't make fun of you, it doesn't hold your hand, but it also makes it so that, hey, if you're bad at this level, we're not going to make fun of you. We're not going to kick you out to the end screen or something. You can even skip levels. You can just go like, I'm only going to complete the levels I can do and then complete the fucking game. But in that, it's still inherently a skill floor of you're cherry picking the easiest levels, and that's absolutely fine. That's a completely legitimate way to play the game. But the whole point of the game is to go through difficult levels, so we will allow you to do any sort of accessibility option of if you're having trouble with your controller, you can rebind everything to whatever you want type of thing.
I think the easiest way to do that is just have a different, like, speed settings.
I mean, again, yeah, I think speed settings are just, like, a lot. Like,
because, yeah, when it comes to precise movements, being able to adjust when you have to input those precise movements is key.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I guess I am also taking sort of like a middle of the road approach, even though again I understand that people want their they want to play a game that's challenging that doesn't have the option to be less challenging because that somehow takes away from them. But at the same time, you also have to understand that, like, just say you didn't play the easy mode. Like, Elden Ring is a very perfect game in that regard as well, because, like, if you're not doing any accessibility options and, like, not tuning the bosses, then you still have summons, you still have everything else. If you have the ability to hold the controller and play the game, you're still fucking good. You can choose your difficulty level at that point.
You know what's really cool, though?
What's up?
If it's some sort of stigma, you can still play in easy mode and then just fucking lie to people. That's the best part. Yeah. Like, the amount of, scrub quotes. We love our fucking scrub quotes in this house. You can just capture it. You can use one.
I want it, though. I want to eat it for 3 hearts.
Just cap it.
I want to cap this one.
Anyway, yeah, scrub quotes. The amount of scrub quotes that have come out about, like Elden Ring and stuff like that, just because people are like, oh, if you use the mimic tier, you're a piece of shit. Or if you want an easy mode, you're a piece of shit. Which, I mean, scrub quotes are a great Twitter, but I again, as somebody who perfectly advocates for having an easy mode, I don't like those ones nearly as much because I think it's,
well, it's regressive, right?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, even me, who is like, I will not defend, but I will agree with people that say, I forget how you get up here. Do I just not? Oh, all right. I'm a person who will say, like, hey, just don't play the game type of thing. if it doesn't offer the thing that you want, as an example.
One.
Yeah, it's bad. But also I will agree with the camp of, I'm gonna get hit by this. Yeah.
Yep. This is like Fall Guys.
There's just another Link also stumbling. Anyway, point trying to get it out of mouth. I'm all for you wanting to play the game. That's absolutely fine, and I think correct. People should strive to have more of an accessibility option, but I understand that it's really hard to do, and you shouldn't really feel pressured to do it unless you have the resources or know-how, because you could also do it in the opposite direction.
Yeah. That's the thing. You don't want to, like, create accessibility options that make people who need to use it make them feel bad for using it.
Well, like, don't make them feel bad. Like,
yeah.
For example, not Doom. I think Wolfenstein had the, like, oh, you're a baby? You're gonna be a little baby?
Little
like,
baby
don't make fun
mode.
of your players. Like, they
Well,
bought the game. They want to play it how they want.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
fact, here's the easy way to get an accessibility option. You go download Cheat Engine, and you ignore that it's called Cheat Engine.
Yeah, just fucking.
You can make your own easy mode if the developers don't want to make an easy mode. And you can just fucking lie. Yeah,
I beat great.
I beat Margit. I beat Margit in the first try because I turned on invincibility because I physically can't play the game.
You can literally just watch a playthrough for it, and just lie to people. It's great. What weapon did you use? Oh, I used whatever this streamer used.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you think about this part when you got there? I thought it was great because I watched it from this person.
Can I just say, I love people complaining about the moon veil.
Wait, people are complaining about that now?
Yeah, because it's an easy mode weapon. Yeah.
Oh, in PvP?
Just in general.
Really? Oh my god, fuck off. Shut up.
It's a cool ass sword.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, let people play how they want to play. Jesus Christ. This Metroid is not letting you get any purchase on it.
I'm just not waiting for it. I'm being impatient. And it's the game's fault. Like, that attitude's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
And if I knew someone more who physically can't play the game, I'd probably be a little bit more sensitive on the topic as well.
Yeah. How fucking dare you?
Yeah. I know.
I've seen this hentai. I mean,
Please, Oni-san. Damate.
I say that, but like, ages ago, I did see one where I just need to remember the name of it for my own personal sake. Not because I want to go jerk to it. I mean, well, fuck it, whatever. But
It's 2022. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. There was a water ninja who made water clones of herself that could jerk, blow, and bang all at the same time because the water clones just kind of just jumped in each other because it's just water.
First of all, I've never had this much trouble with this boss before. Secondly, I'm also going to need that for research purposes. That girl fucks. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
dude.
I do not remember the name of it. It's just funny because it's just been stuck in my head for ages, and I don't know why.
I mean, I know why.
I
think we all know why.
Shut up, all right? And if anybody wants to send me a water pillow for instead of a body pillow, anyway. Did you see those fucking the Monster Musume fucking body pillow that's like a decade long?
A decade long? Is it the Naga?
Yeah. Lamia?
Lamia?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Naga, Lamia, they're kind of in the same camp.
Oh, racist.
Wow.
No, I don't know. I don't partake. I just know it exists because somebody fucking... I saw somebody actually buy it and then take, like, 2 hours to stuff it. And it filled a fucking bed back and forth constantly. It was just... Whew, too much.
Does it have, like, the articulation that wrap around it or something?
It's massive long. Like, you'd have to, like, take the width of this room and lay it down, and you would have to fold it in on itself once, maybe, like... twice a little bit.
I'm thinking about water women. That's why I'm having a tough time with this boss.
True.
And lamias, now that I've learned the proper term for it. I can just put him into the corner of the room.
Yeah, nobody puts baby in the corner. Except for Link.
Sir. Sir. Or ma'am. I don't actually know what your fucking wanted pronoun is.
Could be they, them.
It's an amoeba, so I don't know. It can be called whatever it wants, pretty much.
No, I'm just fucking... I'm Mike.
Oh my god. The second one got me? Is this water goal here? And also, can I get your autograph?
Can you autograph my penis?
3 times? With your own water clones, please? This is a bullshit boss.
Controller stick?
You upward me too. I have no idea why I'm having such a problem with this boss. This is a first try boss. Like this is the idiot boss before the complicated, like after the complicated water temple. Like this is the gimme boss. This is the water medallion's the easiest one to get after you complete the puzzle.
Jesus.
1 hit left.
Jesus.
I am not supposed to be talking about accessibility in video games. Because clearly I need them.
Yeah, you're one to talk when you can use it the most. Oh my lord.
Or maybe I can just do that as my platform of, it doesn't need an easy mode because I don't want an easy mode and I'm fucking stupid.
If he can do it, you can too.
That's fucking wrong. Oh, boys. I'm gonna get canceled on Twitter before I even pose.
Can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure someone has already, like, oh my fucking god, it's arrows. It's always arrows.
All the bosses just want to give you arrows.
I didn't even need them for the fight.
This has been...
Oh yeah, we're over, hey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta pee.
You can pause.
Good.
Oh, we're actually good. Actually, that's the last medallion we need.
Wait, really?
Yep, we just need the light arrows and we can kill Ganon.
Oh my fuck. All right. Well,
Next time on Loot Lads.
Next time on Loot Lads, I'm gonna take a pee. I'm gonna take a big pee.
Take a big pee?
Take a big pee. And we're gonna fucking just stop having opinions about stuff. Maybe we'll talk about comedy.
No. Loot Lads is where we get all our politics out.